Hello, my name is Mark Sorensen. I am a lifelong resident of the state of New Hampshire and an honorably discharged veteran of the United States Navy, the U.S. Naval Reserve, and the New Hampshire Army National Guard. I am also a member of Common Defense. In the last 12 months, I have witnessed national events that I find horrifying and unconscionable. Widespread claims of a stolen election caused state officials, congressional members, even armed civilians to attempt to influence elections through last-minute polling changes, creating new policies to restrict voter access, and physical intimidation. Worst of all, a gang of misguided vigilantes who honestly believed themselves to be patriots stormed and occupied our nation's capital. Never in my adult life has there been a greater need for a standardized set of policies to enable every citizen to vote and to trust that our votes will be counted. Senators Shaheen and Hassan, thank you very much for co-sponsoring Senate Bill 1. Please continue your diligent efforts to make the For the People Act a reality. I feel very fortunate that I have always been able to cast my vote safely, easily, and in a timely manner. It grieves me deeply to learn that any of my fellow citizens has struggled to fulfill the most important civic duty they have. To all the members of Congress who oppose the For the People Act, I remind you that you swore an oath to support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and to bear true faith and allegiance to the same. These very same words are spoken by every man and woman who voluntarily sets aside some of our freedoms that you take for granted, who leave friends and family behind, who endure physically and mentally punishing training, who suffer horrific working environments, who witness firsthand the very worst inhumanities people are capable of inflicting on each other. We sacrifice our health and our lives in service to the Constitution and this great nation. Take a few minutes alone to meditate on the oath you publicly swore. Nowhere in your oath is loyalty to your political party, your state, your house of worship, or your financial supporters mentioned. In fact, several constitutional amendments and laws clarify that loyalty to any of these above the Constitution is a violation of your federal oath of office. The very heart of the Constitution is that every citizen has a voice in how we are governed. Our greatest voice is our vote. I am convinced that any attempt to complicate or limit access to the voting booth is a violation of your oath. Furthermore, military members, veterans, and their families are disproportionately affected by voting restrictions. Some of us are overseas or aboard ships where the absentee ballot is essential. Some of us are liable to be called to duty during voting hours. Some of us don't have access to transportation, making early voting a necessity. Some of us are unable to walk or stand for prolonged periods of time as a result of injuries sustained while serving our country. Many of us live in impoverished areas. Many of us come from minority families. Many of us are immigrants. None of these things kept us from serving our country. None of these things should keep us from voting. Members of Congress, I challenge you to fulfill your obligation to all the people of the United States of America. In closing, I want to reach out to every voting age citizen listening to this message. You are the lifeblood of the U.S. Constitution. You are the frontline defense of the United States military. The oath of military service mandates that we follow the lawful orders of officers appointed over us, including the President. To question the lawfulness of any order, we risk the loss of pay and benefits, a lifetime stigma of a dishonorable discharge, imprisonment, and in times of war, execution. You, the average citizen, has the freedom and power to ensure that the U.S. Congress and the office of the President safeguard the common defense and general welfare of all of us. You have the freedom and power to demand that we aren't sent to combat without just cause. You have the freedom and power to bring us home safely. You have the freedom and power to ensure that we never have to fire upon our fellow citizens who endanger the Constitution and the people it serves because they know not what they do. Servicemen and women around the world are counting on you to protect and watch over us. Raise your voices, talk to your friends and family, reach out to your representatives, do whatever you can do to make sure that every vote gets cast and counted. Thank you.